Why, hello, Stuart.
I'm watching race cars. I'm in my happy place.
Tell the viewers where we are.
So we're at Sebring International Raceway right now. There's an SVRA event going on. Pretty soon, TA2 cars are going to be doing some qualifying. There was an international GT event just a couple of minutes ago that had a lot of the great GT race cars from the past couple of years. Ferraris 458s, 430s, 991s, 997s, 996s. There was one first generation Audi R8 in there, which sounded great. And right now I'm in my happy place because I'm watching a McLaren M1B chase a Lola T70, and it's fantastic.
Alright, so we're here at Sebring International Raceway. Sebring. And we're just waiting for the new cars to show up.
You know what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking?
Bush.
Some of that went in my mouth. Why did you do these things? Why?
Bush.
Why do I put up with you?
Because when you open a can, it goes bush.
I don't think that's the sound that it makes.
Saw all the cars go by. You might have noticed there was a couple cool ones in there. There was a chaparral that made a pass right there. There's C1 Corvette, C2 Corvette, a lot of MGs. So what this class is it's vintage cars, but it's all E production and F production. So E production and F production are all roadsters. Most of them are. There's a couple of coupes in there, but like I said, this is all SVRA since it's all vintage. It's a really cool field, actually. That chaparral's super badass. Did you catch the last part of the first race? You didn't? There was a McLaren M1B chasing a Lola T70 Mark III. Two Can-Am cars going at it for a couple of laps, and that was super cool. It's the first time I've ever seen a McLaren in person. An old Can-Am McLaren in person, and I wanted to see one forever. And they're super pretty in person. And if you ever see a car that looks kind of like that, looks kind of like a Can-Am car, the one kind of surefire way to tell that it's a McLaren is you look at the velocity stacks, because they had these Chevy small block and later big block V8s in the back of them. Oftentimes they were small block 427s. Yes, a 427 is a small block. If you look at the velocity stacks, they're not straight like that. They're actually all kind of like jumbled up, kind of like that. They're all kind of angled in at each other at weird angles. And the reason they did that was, one, for optimal airflow. Bruce McLaren was kind of picky about aerodynamics, not as picky as Jim Hall and his chaparrals, but he knew where to grab the best airflow for each cylinder. And it was also for packaging reasons. It was to make it easier to take the cover off. So that was super cool, man. And those things are loud. Oh my God, they are loud. Oh my, doing the Jay Leno thing. Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, here we go. That's that chaparral right there. There's a Lotus 7 right there, followed by a 356, and a C2 Corvette. Now we'll get on the differences between a C1 and a C2 in a minute, because it's actually really easy. Actually, I believe those are still C1s. I'm not entirely sure, but that's a 62 for sure. God, look at all the MGs. That Alpha. Now, David, did you notice not one of these roadsters, or very few of them, have windshields?
I noticed that, yes.
E production and F production, a lot of guys, you're actually allowed to cut your windshields off.
Yeah, who needs aerodynamics?
These are real roadsters.
Yeah.
This is what the Miata and the S2000 and the Z4 aspire to be. So something interesting about these Corvettes that are just about to pass behind me. So that black one that just went past, that's a C1 chassis. And the C2 is about to pass behind me in a moment, or I believe it's still a C1. So when that white Corvette Roadster passes behind me in a second, you'll notice something interesting. Where is he? Right here. So, if you look at the back end of that car, it kind of looks like a C2 Stingray, right? Well, that's how you tell that it's a 1962 Corvette. They had the front ends from the C1, but they had the back end, kind of a precursor to show what was coming on the 1963 split window Stingray. And it's actually kind of cool because I thought they were the best looking Corvettes for years. You got that cool boat tail rear and the 4 headlights up front. The other way you can tell is the side coves are body color matched. On a stock Corvette, they're body color matched, and they're not as deep as earlier side coves. A lot of times, vents and coves are how you can tell what year a C1 apart. Yes! That's a 356C. Where's that Pre-A Roadster? That's a C. Yeah, here he is, the blue one. Wow, that's good.
So there's a different race going on now.
There's a Super GTR 34 here.
There's like NASCARs and NASCAR trucks and Vantages.
There's a DBR9.
What's going on? I don't remember this being on the schedule.
Dude, like all my Gran Turismo fantasies have come true. Where is it? Where?
I think it's a Ferrari.
There he is. Look at him.
Well, I can't see. I'm gonna wait till they come around for after the pace lap. I'm gonna get that. This is insane.
Dude!
We just see these cars go by on the pace
All
lap.
my Gran Turismo fantasies are coming real right now. This is awesome.
This is ridiculous.
I've always wanted to see one in real life.
Well, now you have.
This is...
Was that an R34 Skyline?
Yes.
Or was it a Super GT spec?
It's a JGTC car. It's based off of the R34. And it has...
Shit. 500 horsepower.
An RB26.
Okay.
So it's gonna sound... Bobby the Boopy.
I don't think this would do it. That's not Japan.
They got
wrong country.
Bobby the Boopy. There's a DBR9.
Right? Like, what the
Didn't
hell?
you hear him?
Oh, dude, it sounds glorious.
That big 5.9 liter. I need to go change my pants. I'll be right back.
There's a Toyota Tundra race car. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I wasn't expecting to see that. I was expecting vintage cars. Look at this man's face. His jaw, you have to pick it up. Stuart, tell us about the sound with the DBR9.
You can hear him. Right
Which
there.
one is the red one? The red one or the
green one.
green one?
This is insane.
Panos here. Is that a Panos Esperante?
Yes, that is a Panos Esperante. Oh, you idiot.
Did someone crash?
Red flags. What's the red flag for?
I don't know.
There's a C7. GT1 C7.
Hey, look at that. That's pretty nice.
That's interesting.
So what's the someone crashed.
There is a red flag. Is that a Challenger?
That is a Challenger. That's a Challenger race car.
That is a Challenger.
Okay.
So let's take a look at the field while we have everybody stopped.
So we have a Vantage.
That is a V12 Vantage.
A V12 Vantage. Yeah, I see that. I see the hood now. Now that he's stopped.
Challenger GT1
we have
car.
Is that a Monte Carlo?
No, that is a G-body Buick.
Okay, okay.
That is a Buick Regal. And then a C3 Corvette behind it. A proper C3 Corvette, David.
So let's see what's going on up here.
That's a real C3
Why do
Corvette.
they...
Not an ugly C3 Corvette.
Looks like someone...
Well, there
Yeah,
was
this
a
guy.
huge lockup over there. Nobody hit each other over there. There was just a red flag thrown and everybody stopped on the dime.
He pulled over there.
So you have the Esperante is untouched. The NASCAR is untouched. the Corvette's good. The other NASCAR is
No,
good.
they didn't have an incident. They're red flagged for something else. I think somebody might have spilled oil on the track. I saw a puff of smoke back there in 15.
Interesting. I'm surprised at how quickly and efficiency everyone stopped in the track. Like,
The Esperante over there locked up trying not to
right.
hit that Corvette.
just like that whole group just slammed on their brakes, and the Esperante's like, oh shit.
He was like, he had one of those, one of those moments. You know where you have like those panic moments where you're like,
I wonder where he started.
If you want your stance credit points, he has Diamond Racing Steelies.
Ooh, that's
If you
nice.
want your stance credit points.
There you go.
No, the Diamond Racings on your Steelies on your fucking Civic do not make it a race car. The Diamond Racing Steelies on that thing work.
Well, it's already a race car, so.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at the V12 Vantage.
I smell. You smell that?
Is this a converted V12 Vantage, or
No, that's
did
an
they
original.
did they come as a?
Yes, they did.
They came as race cars. They were available as race cars.
Do you smell that smell, David? I would.
It does smell something kind of smoky. We have the safety car out.
So I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. It smells like welding fumes right now. So it smells like something is burning.
Yeah, something's burning right now.
Burning very hot too.
Well, sadly and unfortunately, they've called this race.
Yeah, the red flag's been out too long. They've run out the elapsed session time.
Yeah.
So they said they're going to lead them under pace car, and they're going to take the checkered in the pits. So
That sucks. So it turns out it was a black 911 that caught fire. It was a newer chassis, like 991.
997 or 991. I didn't get a good look at it. I was paying too much attention to the very pretty GTR.
I want to see more of the GTR. Well, we might be able to see the GTR roll by at least a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to roll them by right now, probably.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Stuart.
So this is all the, all kind of like the prototypes and kind of newer GT cars. You saw there were a couple of Ford GTs, the last generation Ford GTs in there. Those cars were fielded by Robinson Racing at one point, and one of my dad's fiance, after he, after family divorce, was a really big fan of those cars, and she died of melanoma, so those cars have always held a special place in my heart. I have posters of those cars up on my wall somewhere. What was really interesting was that Audi R8 LMP up front, which I haven't seen race on this track, and especially going that fast. Holy shit! crap, he was booking it.
Oh, I missed it.
I haven't seen that car on this track since 2005, my second 12-hour. I started coming here in 2003. My first 12-hour was 2003. I was 5 years old. And 2006, you know, they phased out the R8 for the R10 TDI, which at one point was a twin-turbo D12 diesel with huge amounts of torque. And they were very quiet. You could sleep with them racing.
Yeah, I remember that people were complaining about them being too quiet.
They were fast.
Yeah.
They were wicked fast.
I think they're coming around soon.
Yeah, might want to... Unbelievable. There's just something really romantic about that. That is so cool.
Alright, well, that's the end of the day. We're packing up. We're going to be heading out. It was a nice, fun day of some racing.
Good $20 spent.
Good $20 spent.
Yeah.
Come check out some race cars. So we'll be back here in 2 weeks for the 12-hour race. So you're going to want to watch that.
Will.
And
That's
tomorrow,
always a fun time.
yeah. And tomorrow I'm going to Diamonds and Donuts over at in Boca. So more cool cars, more stuff to do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. See ya. Bye.
Peace.